Hello, everyone. Darren here. And today's episode is not even really an episode, but more of a formal proposal of a season pass concept that I've been coming up with over the past couple months here, with a little bit of some help and input from a very small select group of people. Um, so basically, it's a season pass that kind of puts my own little thing that I've been working on that I'm very passionate about, as well as the embracing the theme of the new mode that has been added to World of Tanks, the Cold War mode. And I kind of also realize that a lot of people still want World War II to be, you know, taken care of. They still want content for that. So, while this past season pass, at the time of recording this, is still first strike, I believe. The next one coming up here, I believe, the G.I. Joe thing. Many of us, I believe, are not really that interested in that. But trying, they did Cold War stuff. Now we're going to focus on World War II stuff, and that's the point of this concept here. Didn't forget about Cold War. There's still something in there for Cold War, but the primary focus is going to be for the World War II mode because, like it or not, the World War II mode is more of a time range than an actual, conflict limitation there. So there's still tanks that were developed and used in the Cold War in the World War II mode. So that's why I'm kind of blending the themes together for this. Now, the overall theme is basically, I'm sure if any of you guys are familiar with my little pet project of mine, is what if the Cold War went hot? So without nuclear weapons, of course. But the idea here is that that I wanted to have some tanks from nations that, these tanks are now in combat. They are now fighting each other. They are in conflict. And so that is how I wanted these tanks to look. And I wanted to have a variety of tanks. I didn't really want them to all be from the same nation. And I also kind of wanted them to be worthwhile, so to speak. Like they would be something that you want. And for those that may not actually want to spend money on the season pass, they still actually get something new, not another regurgitated atomic that everyone has at this point because it's been the number one free prize for like the past 2 seasons in a row. So basically, we have figured out here, if I pull up my fancy notes, we have pretty much come down to exactly what tanks are being used as the prizes, where they're going to go in the season passes, both in the prize and obviously what is going to be behind a paywall. Because it's wargaming and based on the history of the past season passes, I have to assume they're going to put a vehicle behind a paywall, as much as I'm sure many of you don't like that idea. I have to, for the sake of having this proposal be taken seriously, I have to take the assumption that I am wargaming and I need to make money. So I have put a tank behind a paywall. So if I pull up my notes here, allow me to list what we have going on. So we are going to have 3 tanks, a tier 8, a tier 9, and a tier 10. The tier 9 tank will be the reward for everyone. And this tank is going to be the Kunstpanzer, the new one that's been released on PC and I believe Blitz, although I think maybe Blitz released it before PC. I don't know the order of that, but it's on PC and Blitz. The tier 10 will be the ultimate pass reward if you buy the ultimate pass. And the tier 8 will be locked behind the ultimate pass And if you purchase the Ultimate Pass, you'll be giving it and its custom 3D style immediately upon, purchase of the Ultimate Season Pass. Now, all the vehicles that I am going to mention here have their own special 3D style put together with the wonderful help of my favorite World of Tanks console artist, and I believe has also worked with the devs themselves on a couple of reskins that I'm sure many of you probably have. Grey Weasel UK. You can see some of his artwork behind me. Also, it's in front of me. But beside the point, he created these skins, and at the time of recording this, he is actually in the process of putting together the proper proposal skin design images for the devs for me to submit if they are interested in this concept and would like it to be taken seriously. If not, it's just extra artwork for me to hang on my wall behind me, as much as I'd like for it to be taken seriously and considered, because yeah. So that will be that with these skins. There is a skin for a Cold War tank. It is the T-62, the bottom tier, but I looked at the skin of it because it was the first Era 2 tank that I got. I absolutely hated the fact there was just nothing but sandbags on it, and I was like, this is just... Why am I purchasing this? Or why do I want to purchase this? And so I contacted Grey Weasel. I was like, I'd like this skin. I'd like a skin that would make me want to buy it. I want it to be busy. I want it to tell a story. So we have a Cold War skin for the T-62, hopefully a proper skin if it's actually considered and used. This will be unlocked at level 25. Everyone will unlock this, I believe, at least in terms of the Ultimate Season Pass or the regular Season Pass. If you do it for free without the Season Pass, I have no idea. That'd be up to Wargaming. But at level 25 or 30, you get the Cold War T-62 skin. At level 50, you will get the... this is the Tier 10. This is the Combat Minto 45T, the Tier 10 Premium Italian Heavy Tank. That is the Tier 10. At level 75, you get the Kunstpanzer skin. As obviously it's going to be the free reward for everyone. Why not just give the skin for that as well in the Season Pass? And then the Tier 8 that I have had yet to mention, that would be locked behind the paywall, is the GSOR 1008, the oscillating turret. I think it's even an auto loader. Maybe I could be wrong on that part. Don't quote me on it. British UK Tier 8 tank destroyer premium. So that's what we have. The Tier 8 is the GSOR 1008. The Tier 9 is the Kunstpanzer, and the Tier 10 is the Combat Minto. The Combat Minto 45T, the premium Tier 10 Italian heavy tank. So, and again, all these vehicles will have the skins, including the 62. So the 3 premiums will have their skins. The Cold War tank, T-62, will have a skin as a prize. We had to take a little bit of, and here, again, I'm going to be posting some images here. These are just the concept art, so this is not the finalized pieces I will be submitting to Wargaming in a nice little fancy packet. But, over here in this corner or this corner, here's the initial concept art for you see it. I even have a couple of backstory because I wanted these skins to actually kind of be like PC in the sense that they are telling a story. They are actually giving personality to the crew inside that vehicle. So as you look at these images here, you're going to see a little bit of those like elements that kind of give some personalization and personality to the crew inside the vehicle. So if I go here, let me just start with the Kunstpanzer crew. Before they got drafted, the members of the crew were gifted in some ways, even professional. An orchestral violin player with the Munich Philharmonic, a unicycle juggler with the Circus Krone of Munich. Excellent balance and hand-eye coordination meant he excelled in gunnery. Now, for the G-Sor crew, we have the driver was training to go pro in boxing before the draft. His mom sent the gloves to keep his dream alive. The commander, a learned chap, hoping to go into medicine someday, was keen to support his crew's immune systems during the colder months, so he procured some oranges from an abandoned green grocer on their travels throughout Europe. Now, for the Italians here, the gunner was a chef from Trieste, Friuli, Venezia, Giulia. I don't know if that was an actual city and a province or a city. I'm just going based off the story Grey Weasel gave me with this. Since the 132nd Brigade is based in the same region. He could have gone into the catering corps, but he wanted to make a difference on the front. So this crew was lucky. All he asked was to find him raw ingredients and a large pot. So he could treat them with an improv feast in the field, just like Mama used to make. Other crews were keen to get in on that. The cow skull, which may be a feature that they can't really include. It reminds them of home, found with a carcass on the side of the road, usually carvings called bucranium, adorning classical architecture around Italy. And the fez was found in the ruins of a house in Greece as the loader sought some peace and quiet. So, yeah, there's that. And then also just I have some concept art, again, posted in either corner of how the season passes would look in the stores. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for the season pass. Do please leave your feedback and thoughts on the idea. Again, this video is just to publicly make this little project aware, so that way Wargaming could see it and maybe even see the popularity of this this season. Do you like the idea of this season? Do you want more things like the G.I. Joe and the Hot Wheels and the WWE type things that we've encountered, or is this what you've been looking for? Do please leave your feedback in this video. And of course, again, this is a message now to the devs at Wargaming here. Once I have finalized and acquired the finalized concept art pieces, I will be sending all of the artwork and sections and stuff like that to you guys in a nice little organized packet. The only things I have not really figured out yet is the monetization. That's not really my specialty. I didn't go to school for that. I know you guys have specialists for that. But basically, this is just an idea of to gauge the community's interest. And maybe if you guys are seriously considering going forward with this, I will do everything in my power to work to get you all the necessary info that you guys need to make this idea become a reality, or even, make adjustments to have some of it be a reality. It's kind of just up to you guys on that for the final say. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'd like to thank any devs that have taken the time to listen to this slightly unorganized proposal video. I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this. And to everyone else, until next time, this has been Darren of WGCB Academy.